Hey everybody, Andrew here again. Welcome back to the homestead. So it's a hot day. Started early this morning actually, but the sun is now right over my head. It's just about 12 noon. But either which way, I got a tarp on the floor with some dirt from some old raised bed. I need to get this out of here. I need to get this out of here. This used to be a Maya lemon planted from seed, but it's a very thorny plant, and whenever I come in the area, you can see I have some peach over there. Whenever I come in the area, I always end up with thorns in my skin, so I delete it out. After it burned down for the winter, I was trying to come back up, and as I start sending out the new leaves, I just break them off and keep breaking them off, and then it just... So I'm gonna pull that out, but first I gotta get this out of here. And I'm using the homestead tractor. That's what we use to pull things around the yard. So let's do it. So the avocado tree is gone, but I don't think all is lost, because I came out, I'm pulling some weed from the roots here because I want to put down a chayote at this root so it could grow up on this tree. And as I clean out, I found these two coming up right here. I honestly don't know what happened with this tree. It survived the winter right up into the spring, and then I noticed the leaves, they weren't perky and green. Then they just start falling off. That's it. I don't know what happened, but planting goes on, so let's keep doing it. This is all-wheel drive, so shouldn't be too much of an issue to get this thing out, but let's see. We're having one of the best year ever for peach. This is that variety that you mostly find in the supermarket, that softy stuff. I don't like soft peach. I'd rather the Florida King. I have that on the other side, but these things are really good. As soft as they might be, they're very good. They're not fully ripened to the point where they're squishy. I can eat it like this. If it's too soft, yeah, I don't eat this one. Okay, so now let's get some stuff and see. I wanted to take this raised bed out and remove that rosemary. I wanted to relocate it actually, but I never got around to it. I just, you know, but nevertheless, As I always tell you, whenever I eat something, if I like it, this is where I throw the seed. You can see there are all sort of stuff growing in here. So look what, it's gonna be moved. This is where I usually get my sweet potato. You can see there's a lot of sleep. I pulled some out of it today because I've been weeding it. And these two beautiful avocados. I don't know where I'm gonna put these. I don't want to mess with these right now. This sugar cane, I had put it here for storage and never looked back at it again. I think this might be neem. Some buddies of mine brought me some neem. I think it's neem. I don't know. I haven't seen him since. But if this is neem, you can tell me. So it's a mess. You can see it's a mess. That's the mower deck for the other mower. I've just been cleaning this place out. This grape been in this container for years. It burned down every winter and come back. This is what it is right there. Catawba. So I'm hoping I can put it down. I'm hoping I can put it down this year. Sugar apple, or as we call it in Jamaica, sweet sap. I had it in a greenhouse along with this beautiful Kes mango, Kesar. And this, the winter that passed is the first winter this thing did not get hammered. See that? This is new growth. All this is new growth. So we're in good shape. We're in good shape to go. I wanted to do a little weed eating. You don't know what that is, has with the string trimmer and go around some of these things. It is hot. But I don't know if I'll get to that today. It's so hot that all the cameras keep shutting down. So I'm going from camera to camera to camera. I have to keep putting them in the shade to cool them down. I hope I get a good enough video out of it anyway, because otherwise I just waste my time. I showed you guys this. This is where I had the tarp. This is where I grew my watermelons. Not last year, the year before, but this is where I grew my pumpkins. Amazon. And I picked the tarp up, and that's the dogs. That's my alarm system. They let me know when anything. As long as there's movements, they let me know. So took the tarp up, and all this you're looking at right here, callaloo, Jamaican callaloo. Because I had so much of it growing on the tarp, and as the seed hit the floor, you know, the wind pushes it, and the tarp has so many holes in it. So all this bed is callaloo. I have a tarp over there to start putting down. Brand new tarp. I have some old one that I'm gonna reuse. Let him finish barking. He's not gonna stop. Amazon is leaving, so yeah, so they're cool now. So took the tarp up with the intention that I'm gonna put a new tarp plus reuse some of the old one. See all this green stuff, I didn't know what it was, so I started watering it just to see what it was. I was hoping some watermelon and some pumpkin would come back in it. Instead, it's callaloo, pure Jamaican callaloo. So we're gonna take a closer look. Let me take this camera off this thing, and we're gonna take a closer look at this, yeah? Let's go. I think I will be able to eat some of this stuff today. And here comes the water. Let me get this way. I'm going to touch on these bananas in a minute, because this is kind of interesting what's going down. So I have some roll of tarp several brand new roll. So I put this one out, but when I realized what was growing, I decided not to. It's gotten wet. The box is out of the top now, but look at that. If you're wondering what this is, those are wild green scallion, wild green onion, they call it here, but call it scallion, going to seed. And we have, the entire yard is covered in this stuff. There is some more over there. I mowed down most of it, but all around the yard is covered in this stuff. When you're mowing, yeah, you want to start crying. I think I'm gonna get some of this for dinner today. The goats been in here, the goats like it, so that's no issue for me. Oh man, the water is getting me. I let them come in and eat as much as they want. This is a lot of fun. It's hot. I'm tired, hungry, thirsty. Nevertheless, this is what I enjoy doing. It looks like hard labor, but it's like they always say, once you find a job that you enjoy doing, you will never work a day in your life. This is something I enjoy doing. It's hot, everything is overheating, the cameras are overheating, and they kept cutting off. So I'm hoping I have enough for the video that I wanted to put out, because I don't know when some of the cameras stop filming, but we'll put something together anyway. You'll get the gist of it, I think. But I'm gonna continue on because I'm putting down the watermelons in the same spot that I had them last year. I had no issue with them last year, so I'm putting them right back. They recommend that you recycle them out. The location I can, but I'm not going to, because it's not a big deal to me like that. It's like, you know, I'm not a commercial farmer, so it's not important if I get 500 or 5. I just want maybe 1 or 2. That's all. That's success. This is the enjoyment of it all, getting everything done, and the icing on the cake is the fruit itself. I got all these wood chips all over the place that I'm gonna have to shovel. It's gonna be me and this moving all of these wood chips. It's nothing new. What happened is, because I've been so busy this year, I didn't get to spread it out as soon as they drop it, because in the past, as they drop one truck, I spread it out, or I have them drop it right where I need it. But I wasn't home for the most part, so when they come, I tell them just drop it in the field. So this is what they did. They dropped it in the field, and now I'm gonna have to move it. I wish I had a tractor, but maybe in the future. But for now, it's me, the rake, and a shovel. I've been doing this for years. This is something I've been doing since I was in Jamaica as a small child. I always plant callaloo and pumpkin. My mom planted a lot of things when I was growing up, so I always plant callaloo and pumpkin. And when we got to New York City, I was planting in the yard. There wasn't a lot of space we have, because you know the houses there, they are small. The yard space is small. And when I got here, we got this property, and boom, I didn't know what I'm gonna plant first. But either way, I turned to the internet. Turning to the internet was one of the biggest mistakes ever. And it was a hit and a miss, but at first it was nothing but miss. We lost a lot of money in plants, because the things that people were telling you and when you get into the garden was 2 different things. And some of the stuff I had no experience planting. And nectarine. Beautiful. So everybody, I realized when I was doing my research on some plants, everybody was saying the same thing. Everybody did the same thing. And that's what the internet really is. Everybody just copying everybody. Everybody just doing what everybody else did, regurgitated information. Some other people have no experience with some of the stuff that they're planting. They're just telling you because that's what their favorite YouTuber tell them. And at the end of the day, you take a L on your garden, you take a L on your, you know, your emotions, because you're feeling like I put in all this effort and nothing is fruiting. I mean, what's going on? This is an example of that. That's why I came here. We lost several of these before we got success with this one. This is my favorite peach. This is still a nectarine, but this is my favorite peach, the Florida King. Still eating a nectarine here. So when it was time for me to plant this tree, went to the nursery and I get some information from the nursery that we purchased this tree, and it was completely different from what I was hearing on YouTube. And from there on out, I started planting, failing, planting, succeeding, but I did not take advice from most of the people on the internet anymore because they have no experience with the plant. As I said, they're regurgitating information and end up costing me a lot of money, so I don't listen to a lot of people on here anymore. I trial and error. So don't be afraid. If you don't want to listen to anybody on here, that's perfectly fine. You can watch and enjoy the videos on anybody's channel just like I do. But I would never take advice from a lot of the people on YouTube, because what they tell you and what they do is two different things. Most people are not telling you their secret. It's like I watch. This nectarine is so good. Florida King. Crunchy, just the way I like it. Firm. Don't be afraid to try and fail. Don't just hang your hat on your favorite YouTuber. Don't. Most people are not telling you their secret. Most people won't even tell you what they mix in their fertilizer. Most people won't even tell you how they make their compost. And the stuff that they tell you that they use, in many cases they don't use it. And that goes to a video I was watching, and the video was so clear, and I asked the guy, that guy's channel, and I asked him, you know, what camera he used to get that video. He's telling me about, he said it was a Sony FX something or another, but when I look up that camera, it was almost $4,000. But as you keep watching, you can see the shadow on the floor with a stick and a little square thing. So it was either one of those DJI or a GoPro. That's what he used to make the video. But the link that he put in his video that he was selling, when he said video made using, was a very expensive camera. And I start to think, you know, I start thinking, most of the people on here, they're full of all sort of different stuff. You understand? It's all about a buck. Nobody really interested in the passion of the planting. A lot of them is just about a dollar bill. You know, so don't be afraid. Don't let nobody break your spirit. Don't let anybody break your spirit. Don't let anybody force you out of the garden because you follow them and got misled. Just try again. I just had one of these and I figure, take a look at that. And let's have another. We're gonna do the one on teeth peel. Oh my goodness, this is so good. When we purchased this, they told us it was ice cream banana. That's what they told us. That it's ice cream. I don't know about that. But I know about this. Gotta have another. Un momento. Por favor. Oh my goodness. One thing I can tell you, that's my buddy, my neighbor. One thing I can tell you, this make the best banana fritters you will ever eat. They sell this in the store for $1.99 a pound. It's I'm thinking this is Manzano banana. This is not ice cream, I think. But either way, I have some Manzano on the other side. They sell them for $1.99 a pound, and the regular Cavendish is like 69 cents a pound. We bought one of these plants at the plant show here in Ocala, 2017. We bought one. And everything you're looking at behind me, plus right here, all that is from that. And this is many harvests ago. I thinned these down to just 4 plants and each, and you can see how much is on the root system again. Take another look. So believe me when I tell you, we had over 500 of these. Altogether, we have like 2,700 bananas in the past. I delete them out. So just the other day, I had someone came to the house and asked if we were putting bananas out. I said no, because we didn't take any losses over the winter. Usually if I take losses, I cut down. And as I cut down, I might take out a few and just put them on the side of the road for free. So he came, you know, said I always get bananas there. I said, yeah, I usually put out. So I end up digging up like 27 of them anyway and giving them away. I do this every day, walk and eat. Elderberries are back. You can see I got the mulch down for the elderberries. I got the mulch down. Oh my man, that thing is sweet. But I didn't spread it out yet. There's another grapevine that's supposed to be growing on that. I gotta put the wire on it to make a trellis out of it. There's another one on the other side. I mowed down all the elderberries from here. You can see I still have some. I'm gonna put some of these in a pot. But this is, I think this is the American Black. I think it is the American Black. They tell you you should eat this with caution. Yeah, stems. I'm only using one hand. This thing get on your clothes, forget it. More stems. This is sweet. This other stuff, I don't remember which one this is. They're juicy, but I'm not too big on the taste of this one. Oh, Vitex. Or Chase. Vitex. This thing is so pretty when they're flowering. That purple flower right here. We bought these, they were like little dots. We had one But what it does, it bring the pollinators. Oh my goodness, does that thing bring the pollinator? The only other plant we have that bring pollinators to the garden, like the Vitex, is the bottle brush. This right here. It was flaming red the other day. Walk with me. I do this all day. I figure you might want to walk with me today. This is the other one. I moved this one, maybe this is the third spot that I put it. So that's why it's smaller. It should be the same height as the other one. This right here, pomegranate. You guessed it, from seed. I plant this from seeds. I'm feeling like it was Publix, but I usually get my pomegranates from Trader Joe's. This is my famous white pomegranate. And one just fell off. It was okay, it fell off, it was just dangling on the tree. It was just hanging on something. But look at how it's fruiting this year. Last year it put out 4 and I harvest 1. The others fell off later on. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. That's a lot of mulberries. Oh yeah. More mulberries, of course, behind me and in front of me. The birds go crazy in here. So I usually come under here and uproot mulberries and plant them other places. I have other mulberry on the other side, but I came through here with the mower yesterday, so I think I mowed on all the smaller mulberries. The figs are coming in nicely, I see. I wanted to relocate these. More wood chips. Look at that. Wood chips galore. When I